In a technology-dominated world, tech billionaires are the kings of our age. They have more power than most of us can ever imagine. And without responsibility, great power can turn into evil. Sometimes the richest people seem more like supervillains than CEOs. That's why today we are counting down the top 10 most evil tech billionaires. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on so that you never miss a video. Number 10. Jack Ma. If you don't know him, Jack Ma is the founder of the Alibaba Group in China, which has grown into one of the biggest companies in the world. For years, he was virtually a rock star in the country and the picture of success. He was the Chinese version of Elon Musk. But in recent years, public support for him has dropped. One of his companies was charged with corruption by the Chinese government, and it was fined a record $2.8 billion. And with that, the Chinese people have turned on him. He has been described as a villain and a blood-sucking ghost. With the massive influence of Chinese media, though, it's hard to say whether he's actually guilty of anything or not. Number 9. Jack Dorsey. Twitter has been at the center of recent political fights, from Ted Cruz revealing his taste in women to Donald Trump's presidential campaign. A lot has happened on the platform. And Jack Dorsey has been with it from the beginning. He was the CEO of the company until last year when he announced his resignation. But his politics have made him a target for both sides of the political aisle. He contributed to the campaigns of several Democrats in the past, which led to accusations that Dorsey was favoring left-wing media on his site. But during Trump's presidency, he was criticized for letting the world leader of getting away with more than any regular user. Then, when he eventually banned Trump after the January 6 riots at the U.S. Capitol, conservatives left the site in droves to alternatives Parler and Gab. It seems whoever you support in politics, you have a reason to think that Dorsey is evil. Number 8. Lu Han. While not in the tech industry, this man is the only one on the list who faced the most serious of consequences. Lu Han was the chairman of a huge Chinese mining and energy company called the Hanlong Group. That helped to value him at over $6 billion. But it seemed that his business tactics were a little heavy-handed. Okay, more than a little. He was convicted of ordering 3 murders. At the sentencing, he was executed along with his brother and partner in crime, Lu Wei. Sometimes that's the price of doing business. Number 7. Elon Musk. One of the most divisive figures on this list is the South African-born Elon Musk. He is currently the world's richest man and has some big ambitions. He aims to pioneer life on Mars, lead the electric car revolution, and create a new space economy. He could either be a supervillain or the world's savior. For the man himself, he has said that he identifies more with the villain from the Avengers rather than the heroes. Elon Musk is synonymous with Tesla, but he actually bought his way into the company. And the electric car manufacturer, along with Musk's other venture, SpaceX, has taken over $7 billion from the US government. Despite this, he has publicly said that he's against subsidies. And Musk is known to be impulsive, whether it's smoking marijuana on Joe Rogan's show, calling a British rescue diver a pedo guy, or canceling the Tesla orders of people who are critical of him. And recently, a SpaceX flight attendant was allegedly sexually harassed by Elon Musk. Number 6. Travis Kalanick. Uber is everywhere now, whether you use it as a taxi or to get some food delivered. Most of us have the apps on our phones, but behind the scenes of the world's first ride-sharing app, things were pretty messy. Since the early days of Uber, the company has been accused of having a bro culture. In a 2013 email, Kalanick laid out some ground rules for the company party, which included a puke charge and who employees could sleep with. and it has been hard for Kalanick to shake this image. It didn't help when one of his former engineers, Susan Fowler, published her experiences of sexism at the company, and then Kalanick was caught going to an escort karaoke bar on a work trip. A 2017 report into sexual harassment at Uber was hundreds of pages long and advised that Kalanick take a step back from the company. Unsurprisingly, Kalanick eventually announced his resignation a couple of years later. Maybe it's time to take a break, Travis. Number 5. Bill Gates. Bill Gates seems like a softly spoken old man. He skyrocketed to become the world's richest man after he founded Microsoft in 1975. It is still one of the biggest companies in the world and has Gates sitting at more than $100 billion in net worth. But these days, Bill is known more for his philanthropy. Together with his ex-wife, he created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is the world's wealthiest charity. The foundation has led campaigns to eradicate AIDS and malaria and to make vaccines more accessible, especially in Africa. All of that sounds pretty good, right? Well, it's not all good. The organization has promoted for-profit education in poor countries, which would make inequality even higher. And personally, Bill Gates has been connected to notorious sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein. Number 4. Jeff Bezos. How did Amazon turn from an online bookseller into the biggest e-commerce platform of all time? Jeff Bezos. His vision, business strategies, and long-term planning have catapulted the company into virtually every consumer spending account. But Amazon has a dark side to that almost instant delivery. It has been accused of employee abuse, overworking, and making sure workers can't form a union. There have even been reports that delivery drivers were forced to use the bathroom inside their cars to make their deliveries in time. It's been said that Bezos himself yells and insults employees who aren't meeting his expectations. And his empathy doesn't extend to the government either. Amazon made $11 billion in profit in 2018, but paid no federal income tax. And Bezos hasn't been shy about this. He said that the company headquartered in Washington instead of California to avoid taxes, and that he even thought about putting it on an American Indian reservation to be exempt. If that's not the start of a horror movie, we don't know what is. Number 3. John McAfee. McAfee products used to be everywhere. The antivirus software was wildly successful in the 90s and early 2000s until it was sold to Intel. So McAfee's antivirus software has mostly stayed out of the news. That's more than we can say about its founder, John McAfee. In 2012, he was involved in a homicide investigation when his neighbor was found dead with a gunshot wound in Belize. McAfee has been an outspoken libertarian and has been arrested for tax evasion. In fact, he is so committed to his libertarian principles that he wanted to run for president. In 2019, McAfee tried to launch his second campaign for president after failing in 2015. But after it was announced that he and his inner circle were being indicted by the IRS, he told his followers that he was in international waters. When he was finally ordered to return to the US from Spain last year and face charges, he was found dead in his apartment, which led to a mountain of conspiracy theories. Number 2. Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel rose to fame when he founded PayPal in 1998. From then, he went on to create Clarium Capital, and then Palantir Technologies. Palantir has been at the center of a lot of controversies. It provides big data analytics to governments and specifically the military. The company has assisted the U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement in alleged human rights violations of asylum seekers. If that's not bad enough, the company is spearheading the U.S. military's move into artificial intelligence weapons, which could shoot at people without any human control. Haven't you seen The Matrix, Peter? Number 1. Mark Zuckerberg. Probably nobody has been targeted more by memes and online insults than Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. His company, which has rebranded itself as Meta, has seen wave after wave of controversy. The Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed that millions of users were having their data compiled and used for political advertising, especially during the 2016 United States presidential campaign. And it doesn't stop there. During a public dispute with the Australian government, Facebook removed the pages of prominent Australian institutions, including the Children's Cancer Institute and Fire Rescue Services. Even for Zuckerberg, this was a new low. Closer to home, Zuckerberg's actions to increase his own land have been very controversial. He now owns 1,500 acres in Hawaii and has angered locals by building a 6-foot-high wall, limiting access to beaches and forcing owners to auction off their land. Which billionaire do you think is the most evil? Did we miss anyone? Leave a comment below and let us know. And if you enjoyed the video and want more, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.